Star Wars Jedi Survivor is going to be in the public's hands in just a few days, and the hype is rapidly building up for this game. Today, reviews will be posted for the game, so I'll make another video tomorrow combining the reception for Jedi Survivor, but last night the entire game leaked online. So much went down that I'll be updating you on within this video, but first, if this is your first time watching the channel, let me know if you'd like to see more by liking this video. This video will also try and remain as spoiler-free for Star Wars Jedi Survivor as possible because I don't think I can show you the leaks and I don't want to reveal anything that will potentially ruin the game. One more thing, I haven't had time to read or learn about the tie-in novel Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars. If I say anything that doesn't line up with the book or I am missing something, that is why. I fully intend on reading it, but this is just a news and leaks update, not a full in-depth story review. With that out of the way, let's dive straight into the new details. First, a little public service announcement. You can actually preload Jedi Survivor today. I was going to make a news video about this a few days ago, about the preload times, but college finals have been kicking my ass, so I hope you guys understand why there hasn't been any content this past week. You can preload the game at 9 p.m. Pacific time for PS5 and Xbox, and 8 a.m. Pacific time for PC. So make sure you start the download ASAP because that 155 gigabytes is going to take a while. Next, I wanted to mention that the trophies for Jedi Survivor have been revealed. There's a huge chance you've already seen the Lunar Squadron's video or you've seen the trophies yourself, so I won't go through the combat or gameplay trophies one by one in this video since they're pretty straightforward. However, I do want to mention some theories I have about some of these story-related trophies. If you think that some of the story names and my speculation could spoil it for you, skip ahead using the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen to go to the leak section of the video. There are 12 trophies that I want to look at in this video, and they do reveal some minor stuff about the plot. This has been your spoiler warning. So the first trophy is Rooftop Duel, which I believe will be the duel we see at Rambler's Reach, where Ravis is telling some guards to fight Cal. The next one is Force Saw Gerrera, which confirms Cal will be working with Saw's partisans in this game. Grab some seat is what Grease says when he wants you to sit in the Mantis in Fallen Order, so I assume this will be when you re-recruit Grease and fly away from Kobo on the Mantis. The past made present will probably be for when you release the High Republic Jedi from the Bacta chamber. Survivors we adapt makes sense to be talking about Marin, perhaps you recruit her. Among the Masters, this is a little bit of a tricky one for me. The next trophy for the Path sounds like it refers to the Kenobi show and how there was some kind of underground railroad for the Jedi, so this could be referring to Obi-Wan making an appearance in the game. Among the Masters does refer to multiple Masters, so maybe it's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, or Obi-Wan and Yoda, or maybe it's just Seer, but these achievements are really standing out to me. Out of Bedlam, I assume this one means you beat the leader of the Bedlam Raiders, Ravis. I have no clue what Tanlore Bound means, but it sounds like some kind of new planet, so perhaps you go to the planet Tanlore for the first time. Tragedy probably refers to a death, and if you've watched my Fallen Order live streams, you will know that I am confident that Seer is going to bite the bullet in this game, so that's what my guess is for this achievement. At the Precipice probably means you've reached the final section or some super important section of the game that I can't exactly just guess based off of the name. And finally, Into the Abyss, I assume this has something to do with the very end of the game. I'm not sure what that refers to, but that is my guess. Now, one more thing about the game before we get into the real leaks. Actor Liam McIntyre, who plays Terran Malicos, had this to say about him returning. We had the idea of him surviving in certain ways. We filmed stuff that didn't make it into the game, which is fine. I don't know whether that was an artistic decision or just time. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. So it is confirmed that he is not in the game, but this does also say that they've toyed around with Terran Malicos surviving and even filmed stuff. Just because he didn't make it into this game doesn't mean he died. So perhaps he will come around for the third installment of the franchise. Maybe the reason why he was cut from the game is because we already have the ninth sister returning from the last game, so maybe they just felt like it was a little bit overboard to also have Malicos be resurrected. But we'll just have to wait and hear more on Malicos' future. Now that we've run through the trophies and the preload times, let's talk about what we're all really here for. Spoilers for Jedi Survivor have been circulating Reddit and Twitter, so make sure you stay off of those platforms. These specific leaks that I'm referring to have been solely taken down, so I can't show you any of the pictures or videos or even really confirm what these leaks are saying. However, I will detail you the best I can about what the leaks contain without actually spoiling what's in the leaks, if that makes any sense. So first and foremost, most broadly, the plot was leaked online. The leaker's account has been taken down on Twitter, but just know that real leaks are out there. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, people who got early access will have reviews about the game coming out or already out about this game depending on when I post this video and when you're watching this. So plenty of people have played the game, so make sure you're diligent about avoiding spoilers. Now, a few customizable options have been leaked as well, which answers a huge question a lot of people have about the game. Again, I can't reveal what this is in this video, or this might get taken down, but if you look, you will find what I'm talking about. If you really want to see these leaks, they are posted in my spoiler chat in my Discord server. Honestly, I am glad that one of these is an option for people who have been begging for this to be confirmed. Even though I won't be using these two outfits most likely, they don't have my favorite color combination available, so I probably will just stick to the jackets and some Clone Wars armor. I am a fan of how they utilize the capes in this game though. The new Journey Plus benefits have leaked, and I will go over part of this as I do believe a few content creators already confirmed part of this weeks ago. You will be able to unlock new abilities as well as refund all of your skill points, so you can go through and upgrade whatever you please with what you've already earned in this Journey Plus. There are some other new things revealed with the perks, abilities, and some neat customization options that are very similar to Fallen Order's Journey Plus benefits, but again, I don't think I can reveal those to you in this video. If you check Reddit and Twitter, you will find what I'm talking about. Now finally, there was a soft spoiler thread on Reddit that revealed a lot of new details. Apparently the story is about the same length as Jedi Fallen Order without doing any side content, which I believe I can say and assume that tomorrow the reviewers will talk about how long the game took to beat, so we'll just have to wait and see on that front. There are about the same amount of planets in this game as well, with some of them being as big and open as Kobo and some of them being linear, yet still explorable. I can't say what planets fall into those categories, but I think you can figure out which goes where out of the 3 planets that we know about. We learned about the High Republic Jedi's name and lightsaber color, details about the companion characters, villains, and that there is a subplot that has been hidden from us that I can't tell you about, as well as hinting at a huge cameo like Vader in the first game, but it didn't say in this post who that cameo is. This leaker said that the game is about an 8 out of 10 without any side missions. I'm just going to talk about this openly since the review embargoes are probably lifted by the time this goes out. He thought that the villains were less interesting than in Fallen Order, but the villains who haven't made appearances in the trailers are much more interesting than those who have. I don't know who those villains are at this time of recording this, as I haven't gotten to play the game or anything myself. However, I have a few guesses. A few of my friends who have played the game told me that I will never guess in a million years who the last boss is and who these cameos could be. So I suppose start speculating in the comments section down below on who they could be. Overall, there has been a lot of new leaks and confirmed features hitting the internet right now, and if you want to stay away from spoilers, make sure you stay off of Reddit and Twitter specifically. If you want to experience the game with me, let me know by subscribing to the channel. That way, you'll always be updated when I start my daily Jedi Survivor streams so we can experience this game together. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.